We're going to talk about one of the first times that an Ottoman Sultan actually killed his own son. And unfortunately for history, it's not going to happen just once. This thing is going to be repeated for a while in the Ottoman histories. Hi, my name is Misha and welcome to Tarihi Tales. This video is a part of the Ottoman history series, and if you want to know more about the Ottoman history, here are more videos linked up here. Okay, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and if you really want to help me out and want this channel to continue growing and to continue making content, you can help me out using my Patreon, which is linked down below in the description, along with all the sources I use to give you this information. Okay, so up until now, this is the timeline of the Ottoman sultans or the Ottoman family tree. And this is where we're at. We've talked about Osman, we've talked about Orhan, and now comes the third caliph or sultan, which is Murad. Now, Orhan passes away in 1362, and when he passes away, his son Murad becomes the next king. And by this time, one of the biggest foes that the Ottomans had to fight was the mighty Byzantine Empire. Yes, it wasn't as mighty as it was by this time, but compared to the humble beginnings of the Ottomans, in front of them it was a beast, right? So by this point, what has happened is there have been multiple battles and they've taken over a lot of land from the Byzantines. Now the Byzantine king, John V Palaeologus, has become a vassal of the Ottoman state. So now they're paying the Ottomans for protection and they're working with them. Now when Orhan passed away, the new Sultan Murad was in Rumeli, and it wasn't until 1373 that, accompanied with John V Palaeologus, the Byzantine emperor, he crossed over, came back to Anatolia, and started a new campaign. Now, during this time, a scheme was brewing in both the courts. Now, maybe by collaboration and maybe they worked together, but at the same time, both the son of the Byzantine emperor, Andronicus, and the son of this Ottoman emperor, Murad's son, who was called Sochi, both of them kind of revolted against their fathers and tried to take hold of the power in each of the courts, right? So now simultaneously in the Byzantine court and in the Ottoman court, there is a coup taking place. And when news of this gets to both these emperors, Murad and John V, who are campaigning in Anatolia, they rush back to their homes, each to their own, right? Now, John's son at this time is in Constantinople and Murad's son is in Rumeli. So Murad goes back to Rumeli and John goes back to Constantinople. Now, because John is a vassal of the Ottomans, Murad insisted that Andronicus, the revolting son, be caught, and he was blinded by his own father and imprisoned, all the other rebels killed. But with his own son, Murad was even harsher. He could not believe what had happened, and he basically not only killed all the rebels in Rumeli, the people who were part of the coup with Sochi, he also killed his own son. And that was one of the first times that in Ottoman history, that a father had ended up killing his own son for the throne. Now, if you want to know more about this Sochi character and exactly why the revolt took place and what happened, we honestly don't have much material on it because the Ottoman histories didn't want to talk about him because they don't want to give like screen time or like any book time to this prince who not only revolted against his father, challenged his father's authority, but also he did this in alliance with a Christian prince. That was a big no for the Ottoman ideology, and they didn't tell us much about him at all. They only mentioned that his revolt was crushed and this is what happened with him. Who was he? They don't want us to know more. This was a much shorter video because I just wanted to capture this specific incident. But let's talk about how this emperor, Murad himself, passes away in the next video. And it's a very interesting story of a battle. See you guys next time. Bye.